All right. Good morning and welcome to 5 Minutes or More with Pastor. It is Saturday, October 24th. It is a partly cloudy day outside, but it looks like a cool, very cool, but nice day. And so I hope you get to enjoy this Saturday. You say, Pastor, what are we going to do? We're done with all of the Psalms. So where are we going to jump to? Most of you probably uh, had thought that this may be the case. We're just going to keep going after Psalms, and we're going to go into Proverbs. Proverbs makes a perfect book for these types of things, 5 minutes or more with Pastor. And today, on this Saturday, I want to talk to you about the subject of how to fix or how to take care of or how to solve all of your problems. So, wow, you're coming out with a bang. You're going to solve all of our problems. I didn't say I was going to solve all your problems. I'm going to talk to you about solving all of your problems and all of the world's problems. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. The Bible clearly tells us in multiple places that in the school of wisdom, the first step is that we must learn to fear the Lord. 1 and verse 7, right here, it comes out with it. It's really the key to the book of Proverbs. Now, the Bible tells us that we have to develop, and so listen to me, the beginning of learning how to come to a solution for your problems does not begin with now all the details of the problem. It doesn't even begin with the solution. The way to do it begins with God, developing a proper view of God. You've heard it said before. We could sit here and debate all the definitions of fear, but it has the idea of proper reverence or proper respect. The beginning of wisdom is learning and applying the idea of putting me in my proper place as the creation, as the servant, as the child of God, and putting God in his proper place as the master, the creator, the father. In Exodus chapter 20, Moses, speaking to the children of Israel, said this. He said, and Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. That sounds like a really interesting phrase. It says fear not, and then he says God's coming to you so that his fear could be in front of you. Well, the fear not is don't be afraid, like shaken, trembling, that kind of fear. But this other fear is that his reverence or the respect could be in front of you, and what's going to happen is it's going to help you not to sin. And again, we've talked about it before. The problems of this world are the result of sin. And the Bible tells us that a foolish person doesn't begin with God. As a matter of fact, a foolish person tries to solve all of their issues everywhere else but God. But the Bible says, I'm doing this for your own good. I'm telling you right now, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And so, unfortunately, there are many wise people out there that have high IQs, but will never have any true peace or security or eternal salvation uh, because they're always looking outside or looking at themselves for answers to life's problems. Jesus said in Mark chapter 8 and verse 36, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You know, when you read the book of Proverbs, sometimes it can seem really heavy and really complicated. And I think the reason for that is because Proverbs gives lots of insight to life. And let's just be honest, life is complicated. It's not easy. Um, C.S. Lewis one time said if you asked a child to describe a table, he would probably say it's brown and it's where meals are served. If you're to ask a physicist to describe the same table, he would speak of the subatomic structure of its molecules, its density, and many other facts only recently discovered and not completely understood. And the question is, which one of them was right? And the truth is, they both were. Truth for life is often more complicated. Solutions for life are often more complicated than we would like them to be. There are times where surface answers and surface solutions will not be enough for successful living. However, God, in revealing his complete truth, gives us perfect solutions for every one of life's problems. Sometimes we have to dig a little deeper. Sometimes we have to pray a little more. Sometimes we have to consider all of the aspects a little more. But in order to be able to wade through all the difficult decisions of life and all the complexities of life, the one key thing we need is wisdom. And that's why, when it comes to solving life's problems, the key is to begin with wisdom. The book of Proverbs tells us in verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Can I tell you, here's the key for today. The key is seek after wisdom. And wisdom comes when we start to have a proper understanding and perspective of who we are and a proper respect for our God. I hope it's been a help to you today. Thanks for joining us again for 5 minutes or more with Pastor. We'll talk to you later.